All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm sorry for the delay, but what a pain in the butt. I opened up Streamlabs and they're like, yo, check it out. You need to update, sign in, bunch of crap, dude. It was just ridiculous. But morning chat. Hope everybody's day is going well. Just getting a few things set up here real quick, and then we'll just jump right into it. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Darkpool Algo. Thanks for joining me on this Tuesday, August 31st, 2021. We're going to find some stocks and options that have a greater than expected chance of making a move today. And we're going to be using the Smart Money Dark Pool and Block Trade algorithm software provided by FlowTrade. It is a tool that allows us to see what market makers, large institutional hedge funds, the big boys are doing. It shows us what is happening before it happens. It's a predictive algorithm. It is not a lagging indicator like most indicators that you see are, so it's not dependent upon what happens in the past. It's telling us what's happening in the future, or what's happening currently. So, with that being said, I'm gonna check it out. Not the stock log. Oh, yeah, I got you, Chevy. All right. So, a couple things here real quick. I gotta do a little bit of housekeeping, just because, yeah, I've got this new setup going on, and I don't necessarily want to take out all of my charts just to have a few things set up. Okay, then the next thing I need to do is get this going. I wish Streamlabs would just stay on top of everything and not be over onto the right. All right, well, the stream's just going to have to wait. So what you're looking at in front of you is the Smart Money Dark Pool and Block Trade algorithm software provided by FlowTrade. If you see me just really quick, a real quick run through, if I draw red lines, those are regular block trades. If I draw blue lines, those are dark pool block trades. White lines are good time, and regular and dark pool block trades stacked so closely together that I cannot separate them out enough to show you the difference. Okay, the purple line that you see is the regular algorithm, right? White is price action. Yellow is what I use to mark the chart up, typically to show the direction of the algorithm or any key important levels. Okay, I just have to make a quick adjustment to that, and we are ready to go. All I ask in return for this fantastic content is you hit that like button, subscribe, go ahead and turn on notifications so that you can see anytime we put out a new video. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday, an hour before the open. If you have comments, questions, requests, concerns, anything like that, hit me up in the comment section below or leave it in the chat. All right, let's jump right into it. Now, looking at, all right, I gotta adjust my chart layout real quick. Just a real quickie. There we go. So looking at the futures overnight, let's see, let's make this a little bigger. All right, so it looks like overnight there's a little bit of a rally, and now we're selling off. So the ES is falling, YM is falling, NQ is falling, the Russell is coming down, gold's falling, crude's falling, bonds are maintaining a little bit of support right at the opening range low. The yen is running. So typically, when I start stacking factors, if the yen is running, that means that typically the dollar is a little bit weaker. So these are kind of inverse. So if the yen's up, you could expect the ES to be down a little bit. I'm going to go into, I'll do a little bit more research on that so I have a clearly defined definition for you. But looking at things, okay, so we cannot maintain this current run. We've got to come, we have to pull back at some point. We've got to pull back to some semblance of support. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I'm not necessarily seeing any specific news coming out. Where's my news? I don't know. There we go. I guess if I can throw the news. That's weird. I don't have a sidebar here. Let's see. I got this over here. For some reason, it's showing sidebar on this one, but not the rest of them. Okay. So yeah, this is a pretty significant drop. Currently down 454225 at the high, 4518. That's about a 30-point drop, right? However, it's just registering as a 7-point drop, which is BS, right? I don't know how they mark their stuff up, but so expect some violence at the open. So overnight, with things selling off like that, it's going to be kind of a big deal. I think a lot of it has to do with there was some news that came out about Apple and the Google Play Store and being able to charge their developers. You know what? Let's just read the news. Let's read the news. All right. Let's read the news, shall we? Okay. Apple and Google must allow developers to use other payment systems. New Korean law declares South Korea will require the companies to allow competing payment systems, threatening their 30% cut of most in-app digital sales. That's huge. Huge. Okay. Other good news, Zoom dropped by... Dude, someone yanked the rug out from Zoom. Like 12, 13%. It was some massive drop. Okay. Other key news. All right. Yandex will buy Uber's stakes in their joint food tech delivery. Apps Digital Turbine, one of my favorite stocks, is moving to the mid-cap 400, replacing LGND. And there's another one that's going to be replacing. Where did it go? Totally blew on that one. There's another stock that's going to be replacing in the mid-cap 600, something like that. Yeah, I'll find it. Okay, so Chinese manufacturing PMI was 50.1, which is actually good. So Chinese stocks are bullish. We've got earnings, CrowdStrike earnings after the bell, important. The NYMEX, Brent are all down. Gold's up. The USD is up. As we can see, the Japan USD is actually up. So bonds seem to be up. We got Redbook sales this morning. It's PMI. If we have neutral PMI, it's going to be rippy mode, just because we're opening so low. Right, we're fading at the open. Typically, we don't continue to fade. We should rally off of that. Let's see. Yeah, so Zoom fell. So the Chinese market was up. Ours is down. All right. Moving from news. If you have requests, make sure you get them into me now. I'm looking for 4509. Well, let's see. If 4515 breaks on the ES, 4509 is the next level of support. The YM has already broken through that previous level of support. Like there's a nice little uptrend. The YM is going to be a little sketchy today, so keep that in mind. NQ, which is basically tech, is doing a better job of holding up, looking to come back down and test 15,547. And the Russell, ye old Russell. What's going on with this Russell, man? All right, so it's broken previous support. It's got a little bit of room to come down. A 50% retracement would put us right about 2246. I don't know if it's actually going to come down and test that. Looks like 2260 is a pretty significant level. But yeah, the old YM, gold, fade, crude, fade, bonds holding steady, and Japan's moving up. All right, let me just go ahead and throw up my other charts, and we'll go there. So the requests are starting to come in. We're looking at Tesla, BABA. Let's get those up. I just literally moved this over. This goes over here. This goes here. All right, so we want to look at Tesla, BABA. What are some other ones we want to see? Dun, 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 dun. Apple should react off of that news. And our good old favorite Airbnb. Going into this morning, Airbnb. Going in today, I'm actually pretty flat. I'm super cash heavy. Just the way that things worked out over the last couple of weeks. I had a lot of stuff going on, so I couldn't really just... And there... All right, so you want to look at SPY? All right, let's check out SPY. Ugh, I got a little tickle in the nose. All right, with SPY, I don't like seeing billions of block trades, so I typically only try to run the last 5 days. All right, last 4 days of work. All right, let me clean this up. I'm going to start with SPY, DJ, and we'll just get going from there, okay? All right, so looking at the SPY, the algo is trading with price action. We've got a ton of dark pool levels. The last one that came in at 452.45, that was our support. We broke down below that at the end of the day. So potential pullback to 450. But in knowing what we know about the ES already selling off overnight, you could assume that SPY is already below 450. So let's just check it out real quick. Not bad, actually. So we came down and we tested the 4-hour Kettler channel top, cloud bottom. I know it's a mouthful, but basically the 4-hour Kettler channel top. Looks like we found some support there. We just reverted to the 8 EMA. Potential move back up to the 21 at 452, 451.95. If we can break out of this 4-hour cloud. So if we break above 452.10, right? So we can break up, come back and test it, and continue on to the upside. Gap's been filled, reverted to the 8. All right, our primaries are all pretty positive. Our secondaries are pointing to the downside. Sorry, I need to move this over here. All right. So this move would be a pullback to the daily top at 450.50, right? So we can come down here and test. So what I see is happening is I think we're going to pull back maybe to the 21 and then continue to sell off back down to the daily, right? Contrarian, I mean, that's the bearish perspective. If this is support and we break above the 21, then we can continue to move back up to 453-ish area. However, looking at the algo, see the algo is pointed straight down going into the end of the day. I believe this is going to be a larger pullback than that. We do have a massive amount of dark pool levels at the 450.20, 450 even 450.25 area. That's what this looks like here. All right, so we got this massive level of block trade support there. Below that, we've got a sold dark pool level at 446.29, right? And if you notice that SPY has created a gap that's going to have to be filled at some point. I don't know if that's going to be today, but I think it. Oh, come on, grab the right tool. There's this gappy gap here that's got to be filled. So do we come back down and test that today? It's not unheard of, right? Especially with that rally to the 8. This could just be a rally to the mean on the 5-minute for a continued sell-off, right? So let's look at where that dark pool level was. So we got the gap that forms at about 444. We've got that previous block trade at 446. So 446 is the 4-hour bottom, right? I'm just going to mark this level real quick. 446.29. 446.29 is it's about right there. Okay. So that is a dark pool level. Excuse me. What would happen though is we'd have to break through the daily Keltner channel top, through the 4-hour Keltner channel mid, the weekly mid, to come back down and test the 4-hour bottom. Right? That's going to take a lot to excuse me. That's going to take a lot for this stock to just get crammed down that far. I don't anticipate a huge fade. Seeing where else we've got support. You know, 450 is a big psychological level, so we'll keep an eye on that. If 450 breaks, right, then we'll readdress possibly some fades. All right, this is just, it's just been moving pretty well into the overnight. Okay, right, Algo's trading with price action. It's pulling price action down right now. We've got that regular block trade just come in. No, I just didn't draw it on there. We have a regular block trade at 450.98. That's going to be support. So we've got a lot of institutional support right here at the 450 level. Below that though, there's not a lot down to 446. So keep an eye on that. This pullback should be healthy for the SPY. Okay. All right. I'm going to look at. All right. Billy, yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. All right, Billy, FXI, and Baba. All right, so it looks like we're looking at a lot of Chinese stocks. I feel like we're missing something here, and there's something probably moving that we haven't seen yet. So let's just, that's why it's really important for everybody to source that info in the comments. Gotta leave that info there, man. All right. Okay, Tesla. The Tesseract. All right, let's see what we got going on with the Tesseract. All right, Tesla is another one of those that I really only like looking for block trades in like the last week, possibly 10 days, right? So if I go 2 weeks out, that gives me some good levels. Tesla is trading with the algorithm. The algo is net buying, right? It is buying, not buying. It is net buying. Excuse me. I need to take a drink here in a second. This is just going to kill me. All right, so Algo has been pretty much net buying since the 18th, right? Trading with price action mainly, using these block levels as support and resistance. So the most current one is at 711.36. That's this level here. That's going to be our support, right? Lots of action happened at that point. Price action came up, broke through it, back tested it, now it's on its current run. Right below that at 709.10, we have another dark pool level. That's going to be our support. If we do pullback, any break of that, and I feel like we're going to come back down and test this regular block trade level that came in on the 20th at 682.85. That's going to take a lot for Tesla to fall, 35 points. So as long as the algos continue to point up, I think Tesla will continue to move. There may be some, there may be a little bit of pullback to support, price action support, since we've got this nice little uptrend that we're forming, higher highs, higher lows, right? Right, little channel all the way up. So Tesla looks good, as long as it looks like it's taken out previous highs. Not Tesla. Tesla. Yes, Corsair is ripping. It is on the GameStop, or not the GameStop. It's on the Wall Street Bets. It's one of the top tickers that have been discussed on Wall Street Bets. All right, so Tesla going into the overnight. What happened here? All right, so we broke down below the 50 on the 15-minute chart. That's bearish. Made a little bit of a double bottom. I'm just trying to decide if this is going to be that H pattern, right? Remember, we talk about two types of reversal patterns, the Wu-Tang pattern reversal and the H pattern, right? The Wu-Tang pattern looks like this: down, up to rip, right? The H-shaped pattern looks like this, where it comes down, right? Kind of a sloping little move, and then it rejects. So, a little worried about what's going on there with Tesla, right? It's below the 50, right? The 34.21 have not broke below the 50 yet, so that's still strong. So what we're looking for is we want to make sure that I mean, yes, we're below the 50. Back down to 715. That would be a pretty big move. Like that would be opening, right? 200 SMA. So with the daily MACD crossing over, we're only at 1 ATR. Overall bullish sentiment. The 50, 200 SMA are fighting really hard right now. So as long as that 50 can stay on top of the 200, we would look right. We would look to continue to take Tesla to the long side, right? So on the daily it looks good. On the 15 it doesn't look so good. So I don't know if we need to throw a fib on here and then give Tesla a point to come back and test for support, right? Right? Does Tesla come back to 725 for support? Possibly. If it breaks below 722, I will take the play from 722 to 715. Just know that. That shit will happen. All right. That was Tesla. Going through these, we're going to check out Baba next. And then there was a request for Corsair, Space, and Any. All right. Corsair and Any. We'll get those on the list. And then Space, SPCE. Okay, looking at Baba on the chart. Just clear out some of this stuff here. In the last 11 days, look how symmetrical these block trades are, right? It's kind of a cool looking little pattern here. It gives us some very clear and defined areas of support and resistance, right? Dark pool levels at 155.10, dark pool levels at 172.20, right? I mean, there's a range, a massive range to trade within. So within each regular block trade cluster, we have a dark pool wrapper. Does that make sense? So like we've got a dark pool level here, we've got a dark pool level here, right? We've got a dark pool level here, and then we've got a dark pool level here, right? Within those dark pool ranges, we have got regular block trades, right? So what this means is that there's a lot of large institutional buying and selling happening at these key levels. Okay, like Kathy Woods, all those, you know, large hedge funds, right? Big boys, right? People that move the market. What I like with the algo is the algo looks as if though it's found a reversal area, right? In this, I'll just draw this little range, right? So the algo, right? The algo broke through its range that it's been in, broke above the dark pool level, and is continuing higher. It is trading with price action. There's no significant divergence to speak of, but price action is making higher lows and higher highs, right? We have this gap that'll need to come in and be filled with Baba. Excuse me. Right? So, personally, I like Baba to 160, 170, right? Well, 165, hold on. Baba to 166.37 before it meets any sort of resistance. That would represent a gap fill. The algo is continuing to buy, right? It would fill this channel that it's in. If it gets into this next stage or next step up, expect a little bit of consolidation, choppiness from 166 to 168.75, something like that. Okay. So, okay. I like Baba. Yeah, I think that this is a good, there may be some turning around going on here. Okay. All right. Moving on to Corsair. So this is a parabolic move that has been started by the Wall Street Bets, pennies, the Wall Street Bets squeeze. I don't even know what to call that group. Basically, the last dark pool level came in at 27.20, right? Corsair used to be a $60 stock. I remember trading 55, 60 verticals. So there's a lot of room to the upside. The algo is trading with price action. Price action looks to be forming kind of a bull flag on the 15-minute chart going into the close. I'll have to check on it, but to see what it's done overnight. Looking at going into yesterday, looking at the 1 minute chart. So dark pool level broke, right? This was our resistance. This is how important these levels are, right? They really do act as support and resistance. So price action kept running into it, running into it, running into it, running into it. It finally broke, right? Going into the close yesterday, and from there it ripped. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reversal pattern on the 1 minute chart. The algo has separated bearish and bullishly. Look for it to continue to pull price action up to the upside. I like Corsair long. There's probably going to be a crap ton of IV built into it, so just be careful, right? Don't go chasing waterfalls, right? Because when they break, they fall. Legit. I just came up with a new one. Yay! Okay, looking at Corsair on yield chart. All right, CRSR. All right, so overnight it continued to rally, bull flag forming prior to the open. You know, this could be a 20, right? So it's at 29.75, so it's already at almost 3 ATR from the mean. I mean, yes, it's a great move. Yes, the squeeze is slingshotting through. We have a 200 SMA at 34.13. We've got a bunch of fib levels starting at 30. So 30 looks like it's going to be pretty significant. Now, do we hit 30 and pull back? Or do we blast through 30, back test 30 for continued move up to the 200 SMA at 35? There's a play there. On the 15-minute chart on the left, we have stacked positive moving averages. Everything's stacked positive, right? VWAP's coming in at 28.30. I'll just call it 28.50. Right? Corsair is going to move today. I would anticipate something like this happening. Right? Get a pop at the open through 30. Right? We get a bunch of profit taking back down to support. All right, wherever that fib level is. We get another move back up, back up. Oh, come on. I thought it was only supposed to be 5 points. I really need to learn this tool. It's frustrating. Up, down, support, up, back test support. Taking out previous highs. All right, well, whatever. That's so frustrating. I got to learn this tool better. You know what I'm talking about, right? Basic pullback support and move. For me, I'm going to set some alerts, right? Obviously, we've got an alert at, come on, got an alert at 30. We want to go breakthrough, touch, bounce, the next 3 days. All right, so we've got an alert there. I also am going to set an alert at, right, maybe, so breakthrough, touch, bounce, 15-minute candle, EMA, pull it back to support. Okay, so I've got my alert set for Corsair, right? What I'm expecting is I'm expecting there to be a good move in this, but I don't want to sit here and stare at the chart all day, okay? So the next one we're going to move on as far as the algorithm is concerned. Any. All right, that was a really weird movement there. Okay. So any ran into regular block trade level, came in yesterday for any at the open for 722, right? An hour after this 525 block trade came in. So we opened up, gapped up, pulled back, started to run, got hit with a block trade, right? At 722. and then continue to sell off. Now, with this, with the algo pointed straight down, it's kind of convoluted data a little bit in that we've got this, we've got support being created by price action. The algo is pointed straight down. We have 525 as a level, right? So do we come back down and bounce off of this 525 level here and continue up, or do we break through and continue to sell off down to these previous lows, right? With the algo being straight bullishly diverged and pulling price action down, I think that we got to come back and test that 525 level. As far as the chart's concerned, just checking on time here. All right, we're at support. We're at the daily and 4-hour Keltner channel top. That's pretty significant support, right? 613. So 525 was this level here. That's the weekly mid, or what is it? So it's a weekly top, 4-hour top, or monthly top. So if we come back down and test 525, that's massive support. I'm gonna look for a bounce. I don't know. The algo selling. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and just create an alert here. Right. I've got an alert set there, and then I want to know about it there. So I've got 2 alerts set, keeping an eye on any. Okay, the next one's on the list. We did we did Corsair, we did any, Space. Yes, Space is the next one. All right. All right, Space, we've got supporting block or regular block trade levels. A lot of consolidation happening here with Space. This is one of my favorite stocks. I want to go to Space one day, and I'm going to use this to do it. Right, we've got some pretty relatively cleanly stacked block average or block trades here. That's our support levels. The algo is consolidating while trading with price action. Okay, so there's no like clear divergence to the upside or the downside. Looks as if though so we broke that support, obviously, right? Created a new support. We broke down below that, right? We've just got all this range of support here, right? Lots of range. So really break below that, and then I think that we could go down to the downside. Okay. Wow. Zoom lost 15%. It dropped to $50. Contrarian to consolidating in Space. If we can break above 2540, I feel like we're going to go and try to take out some of these previous highs, right? That's a good level to take out. Obviously, this level is going to be of interest. So break above 2540, look for a move up to previous highs. Nice move. So bull flagging overnight. If we can get above the 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart, look for a move back up to take out previous highs. Bull flag positive. I don't like the MACD crossing over. So maybe we get a pullback at the open, right? To the 2540, which is that regular, that block trade level. 2540, 2540, 2540. Let me say it one more time. 2540. Okay. So I'm looking for Space to pull back to the 21 EMA, right? And then break through the 50 for continued move to the upside. Now, we've got a lot of overhead resistance, but stocks want to move back to the mean, right? Stocks want to come back to 2786, right? They want to come back here. They want to come back and take out these previous highs. right? They want to get above that. But on the way there, they got to get through all this crap, right? Looks like there's a pretty significant supply zone here. Right. Pretty significant supply zone there that we got to get through. If it gets above 27.25, then with 30 psychological level, 31 200 SMA, right? 34 50 SMA. Yeah, it's got a lot of room to move, but looks good. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. All right. Let's see. Yeah, you want me to check on spot, and then I want to look at Zoom. And then I'm going to probably have to go. Okay, so we got Zoom, Spotify. Just seeing if there's any other. Oh, FXI. Sorry, I totally spaced that out. My bad. My bad, and Billy. Yes, this is a good way to round out the day. All right, Zoom, 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 Zoom. All right. So it's at 296. It's like it fell off the map here. Let's see if there was any sort of hints going into the close yesterday. None. The Algo is trading with price action. I know we can't account for squeezes being released. We can't account for earnings beats, those type of things. Looking at, all I can tell you is on Zoom, that's not a dead count bounce. That's a crushing blow to this stock. All right. Just to show for illustration purposes, this is where we're at now, right? Do we bounce, right? Or do we through the monthly mid, weekly bottom, continued sell-off, right? Guidance down, earnings beat, right? This could be a fun one, but don't get caught slipping, because it'll take your lunch money. Just be careful with Zoom, okay? All right, next one. Spotify. Spotify's just been on a move. The algo is a little bit bearishly diverged. This could possibly just be a little consolidation pullback. Spot's just, I mean, as with anything though, it's going to react to news in the overall market. But so far, it's maintained. All right, it's pretty long-term upward trend line. Really kind of a. Is it this one? Is this going to go from here? Right, so this rising wedge breakout, look for a pullback to, test for support at this level here. Right, maybe even like pull back to that level for support and then continued move to the upside. I feel like there's going to be a rippy mode today. Really do. We're opening lower, but we're not gapped down, so it could be fun to just rip. Okay, but I'm not super impressed with everything. I've got some live trading to attend today. mRNA calls look good. MSTR, PayPal looks good. Roku, Tesla, GameStop, the memes. All right. FXI, I'm not sure what the stock is. There's that's a ton of block trade levels for the last 10 days. All right, let me bring this down to a level I can manage. Come on. All right. We got 3 minutes and I got to run. So let's bang these out real quick, shall we? All right, so FXI, I don't know what the stock does, but it's gappy, make gap. The algo is diverged bearishly from price action. I don't know if that means that we have to, oh, my other computer just cut off. So we broke through that wedge. We ran into a dark pool level at 40.34 that came in on the 25th. So it wasn't like it just came in yesterday, right? So that dark pool level that was support on the 25th, right, is now resistance on the 31st. We have another level at 40.08. And then below that, we have a regular block trade level at 39.85 and 40, right? So there's our support. We've got lots of it. The algo is kind of rising wedge, right? Let's see. Right, the algo's downward channel, it broke through. Wu-Tang pattern reversal on the algo. You can see this here, right? Yay for that. Since then, we've been kind of forming a rising wedge. So if we bounce off of this level and continue up, then yeah, I'd like this stock to come up and fill this gap right here that's occurred. If we break below it, we have dark pull level support at 40.08. So in a nutshell, break of 40.50, go long, reject, look for 40.08 as support. Okay. And let's see, we did any, we did Corsair, we did Space, Be Big, and Peter's at Good Morning, or do you want to look at, oh, Billy, shit, sorry. The algo is actually buying on Billy, right? Yeah, this is going to be the last one. So we have a block trade level at 70.28. Well, yeah, hold on. Before I go talking shit, let me just double check I'm not out of my rocker here. Holy flippin' rip. Oh my god, look at my lines that I drew. Look how it's just like 70 to 79. That's a $10 move. You could play, oh, gee, look, listen. Okay, focus. Range-bound stocks are great because you can play the rip and dip. Billy seems to be making parabolic move. It broke above the 200, got stacked positive moving averages. Look for a rejection at 79.30 or whatever this supply zone is up here, right? You know, whatever that supply zone is, right? If it breaks that supply zone, which is above the 21, then yeah, we can play a ripper from 80 to 85. However, you can also play this demand zone, right? Supply and demand, supply and demand. So I feel like we've got to move from 76 to 79, so a $3 move. And then we've got, obviously, the move from 79 back down to 70. Okay? That's representative of what the algo is doing. It is trading with price action. Divergences are playing out. The algo needs to get above the $70 level. Yeah. So let's see. How do I want to show this? Crap. I'm running over. All right, see that little thing there? We're looking for the algo to break above, right? This divergence is played out. Can the algo get up there? You know, the algo is moving in a generalized, wrong tool again. Billy Algo is a good one to study. It's really indicative of a lot of different things happening here, right? Gap filled. Algo divergences, micro algo divergences played out over the last couple of days. We see that we We can trade the range over 2 days. Looks like 2 to 3 days is the amount of time it takes, right? I would look for Billy to possibly pull back to 74.10 and then continue up. If I threw a fib level on there, right? I don't believe we're going to come down and test the 382. The 50% retracement should be fine. But we are hovering above that 200 SMA for dear life. And that would be okay. Profit taking to rip mode. Cool. Long-term daily squeeze getting ready to release. We're looking for this type of move to happen here. Down, consolidate, rip. Okay, got to run. Thanks for joining me. Once again, my name is Darkpool Algo. I will see you all tomorrow morning. Stay safe, stay green. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, leave them in the comment section below. But most importantly, source that info. I'm going to do a video, aftermarket video tonight, of the wrap-up of how our stocks did for the day. Let me just write these down so that I don't forget to review them. So that was Be Big, Baba, CRSR, space, and Billy. It's not Be Big, it's Billy. And then Tesla. Cool. Thanks for joining me.